The Sahara is the one place on Earth that feels truly permanent. It's 9 million square kilometers of nothing. No water, no shade, and definitely no life. We're taught to look at it as some sort of wasteland, as a natural, ancient barrier. But if you fly a drone over the deepest parts of the desert and look down, you'll see something that should be impossible. White shapes poking through orange dust, not rocks but bones. Thousands of them. Massive crocodiles, hippos, elephant tusks, and then you see human remains, families buried together, holding hands in a place where today a human wouldn't last 48 hours. This isn't just a desert, it's a crime scene. Thousands of years ago, this was a Garden of Eden, a world of deep turquoise lakes and lush savannas, where children swam in water that is now buried under 100 feet of solid sand. But the dark reality isn't just that the grass died, it's that the entire world was erased in a geological heartbeat. Today we're uncovering the truth about the Green Sahara and the terrifying speed at which paradise turned into a tomb. In the 1850s, Heinrich Barth was trekking through the sun-scorched plateau of the Giants when he found a glitch in the official story. High up on the cave walls, in the middle of a literal hellscape, carvings of swimmers, men diving into water, women in boats. He wasn't hallucinating, these were recorded. We now know that for nearly 5,000 years, the mega lake Chad was so vast it would make our modern Great Lakes look like puddles. It was a world of African humid perfection. Lions hunted in forests that stretched to horizons, and fishermen lived in permanent stone villages. But these people were living on a knife's edge, and they didn't even know it. They didn't know that the Earth was wobbling. A tiny shift in our planet's tilt was slowly pulling the monsoon rains away, dragging the lifeblood of the continent south. And by the time they realized that the water wasn't coming back, it was already too late. The collapse didn't take millennia, it took decades. Imagine being the last generation of your family to see the lake. Every year you have to move your village a further mile inland. Every year the dust gets thicker. This is where history gets dark. We find ghost lakes, places where the salt became so toxic it preserved the final moments of animals that came there to die. We find pottery, tools abandoned in a hurry, left in the middle of nowhere as if the owner simply picked up and walked into the heat, never looking back. This was a mass exodus. The survivors fled towards the Nile Valley, carrying their stories with them. It's no coincidence that the rise of the Egyptian pharaohs happened exactly as the Sahara was dying. The pyramids weren't built by a random desert tribe, they were built by traumatized refugees of a lost green world. But the most chilling part isn't what we see, it's what we can't see. Modern satellite radar has started looking through the dunes, and what it found is a nightmare. Paleo rivers, systems wider than the Nile, completely choked with sand. There are entire cities under there, graveyards of civilization that has no name because their records rotted away, while the sand moved in to claim the rest. The Sahara isn't a desert. It's a shroud. We're standing on a ceiling, looking at a world that was once as vibrant as the Amazon, now reduced to 1 billion tons of dust. If we're looking for a villain in this story, we won't find one on Earth. We have to look at the stars. Every 25,000 years, our planet performs a slow, rhythmic wobble known as axial precession. Think of the Earth as a spinning top that's beginning to lose its balance. 6,000 years ago, that tilt hit a perfect window. It positioned the northern hemisphere to soak up intense summer sunlight, creating a massive thermal vacuum that sucked the moist Atlantic air deep into the heart of Africa. This created the African monsoon, a seasonal deluge that turned the desert into a land of infinite grass. But the wobble is relentless. As the tilt shifted back, the vacuum lost power. The rains didn't just stop, they retreated south. centimetre by centimetre, leaving an entire civilization to dry out in the sun. There is, however, a darker theory. Some scientists believe we may have pulled the trigger. As early humans overgrazed the savanna with cattle, they stripped the vegetation. Without plants to hold moisture, the bare earth reflected more heat, effectively pushing the rains further south. We didn't just watch the Sahara die, we may have inadvertently accelerated its collapse. The scary thing about this is the Earth's tilt is still shifting. In about 12,000 years, the rains will return. The Sahara will turn green again, the dunes will become forests again, and the ghost lakes will fill with life. But the scary lesson we learn is that the planet is cold and indifferent. Paradise is a complete fluke. We are living in a temporary window of stability. And as the sands continue to shift, we have to ask, if our world turned to dust tomorrow, what would be left for the next civilization to find? A few carvings on a rock? Or just 6,000 years of silence?